Welcome back to another episode of Schey Insider with Courtney McKenna. I'm here today with Dr. Rapp, our fearless leader. How you doing today?
Doing great. Yourself?
Pretty good. Hanging in there now that it's like warm outside.
That's beautiful. Spring has arrived in Athens.
Finally. So just kind of describe your role in the Schey. What do you do? I mean, besides lead us in awesome adventures.
Sure. Well, great. Thanks for having me. Thanks for everybody for tuning in, listening today. So I'm executive director of the Ralph and Lucy Schey Sales Centre, obviously. My role is to run the day-to-day operations, kind of set the tone for the organization, kind of manage what's happening and make sure we're on track for the goals. I also report into the Dean, Hugh Sherman, the Department Chair, Katie Hartman, and be a liaison between the student group, the curriculum, and then kind of the higher business and College of Business strategies.
Oh, that's awesome. That way cooler than Fearless Leader.
I like Fearless Leader quite a bit.
True. So how long have you kind of been with the program?
So I started here, I'm finishing up my fourth year. But my background is I've been in sales programs since 2002, since I started my PhD program. Mm-hmm. So I started at University of Connecticut where we built a program, and then I've moved to other universities but been actively involved. So even though I've only been part of the Schey for 4 years, I've been working in this space for quite some time now.
Oh, that's really awesome. So you're not going to graduate because you said that you're on your fourth year.
No. Okay. I would definitely be on a fifth year plan for sure. So victory lap.
Yeah, you gotta do it. So kind of describe like the program. Like how's the program changed in those 4 years that you've been here?
So it's really changed a lot. First of all, when I came in, the Schey was already an outstanding program, one of the top programs in the country. So I was really lucky to come in and build on an incredibly strong foundation. With my background, having worked at other universities, I was really able to see things that worked and didn't work. So when I came here, I could make some quick changes and really cherry pick some of the best things out there that had some quick and immediate impact. I think the biggest thing we've seen that have changed over the past 4 years is kind of the growth of the program. We're over 600 members right now. I think we're doing a lot more to get actively involved outside of the College of Business. I think we're doing more for the university and for kind of the town of Athens, from philanthropic activities to Schey Talks and different things. So I think that's where we've seen the biggest changes in evolution. Yeah,
for sure. I know that so on our Coffee with Cabinet, a couple other cabinet members had discussed too, like our philanthropic growth and like just from this year alone. Yeah. And it's kind of interesting because that's like I've seen that in the year that I've been here, and it's really cool to see that it's grown in the past 4 years with you too.
Yeah, so we're doing quite a bit in that space, and I think it's good, right? I think it's good to help and give back. So
yeah, absolutely, and build that with the community. Kind of the greatest feats that we have accomplished in the past 4 years, the Schey as a whole.
So I think there's a couple different things. Mm-hmm. I think the first thing is the growth of the program has just been tremendous. Because when we talk about growth, it just hasn't been that we've opened the doors up and let everybody in. Mm-hmm. Our acceptance rate is actually lower now than it ever has been. We're averaging below a 30% acceptance rate, but we've doubled the size, tripled the size of the program. Yeah. So I think it really points to the fact that we've had strategic growth, we've been selective, so it's been quality growth. So I think that's tremendous. I would also say that the things we've done with things that you've done and your team and the past teams have done with social media. Mm-hmm. If we look at last year, over the course of the past year, we've had over 200,000 impressions on social media for LinkedIn and Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. So just huge strides there that have really helped to build the brand. And then I think the biggest thing that we did is implementing the Schey goals, right? The idea that all the directors and vice presidents have goals that they're being held accountable for, and they have to check in and build plans and kind of manage these projects from start to finish. I think it's really helped kind of catapult the organization. Yeah. It's given us the ability to measure what we're accomplishing and where we're falling short, and it's held people accountable. And I think that's really what has pushed the program forward.
Yeah, for sure. I know that just like being a part of that like biweekly check-in, it has helped, right? Because like the first week I write the proposal, and then the second week I get it done. So it definitely helps with like the accountability and making sure that like that space is actually like a good space to be in. Yeah. So what we kind of talked about now, like I like the program as a whole, but what do you think would be the greatest feats that we've accomplished so far? Like, because I know that we still have another semester to go, but like for this semester, what do you think is like the greatest accomplishment we've had?
So I would say the recruitment piece, right? I mean, we've broken record after record, year over year. Yeah. And at some point, I would assume that's going to stop or slow down, but not this semester.
Good,
Alyssa did an amazing job. The whole team did, getting the brand out there. And so, looking at those numbers and setting that goal of, I think it was 317 applications, we were positive, but I was a little bit concerned, had some doubts it was going to be tough to do, and hit the goal, or the goal was I think 300 and hit 317. So hit the goal, achieve the goal, surpass the goal, and so I'm just always amazed by that, and there's so many other great things happening with the money raised from Schey Talks and the different philanthropic activities and diversity lunch and learns. I mean, it's just nonstop what's going on. So it's really tough to pinpoint one thing, but I think the recruitment, since it kind of feeds the organization.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, she was on too, and she was really pumped about getting that 300 goal.
Oh yeah, just incredible work. So
yeah, for sure. So you kind of talked about directors and VPs. How has this CAC, I guess, class evolved?
Sure. So the big thing, and people who are watching this may not realize, we recently changed elections. So I think it was a year and a half ago, we changed the election cycle. So instead of students being elected in the spring and then taking over essentially in the summer, fall, we moved it. And one of the reasons we did that is because what we were finding is people would be elected in the spring, they would take over, come back in the summer, and all the previous leaders has graduated and moved on. So we'd lose a lot of organizational knowledge.
Yeah.
So we changed the election cycle to be the fall now, so people take over in the spring, January 1st. So we have a 1 semester overlap between the past leaders and the current leaders. So with that being said, it's really changed who's eligible for CAC. So you can get in your freshman year, your first semester freshman year, and then be on CAC as a director or any role by your second semester.
Yeah.
With that being the case, the CAC and the leadership team it's become a lot younger.
Yeah.
So it's a youthful group. When you look at that group and you see multiple freshmen, leading divisions, you see sophomores as VPs. I mean, juniors as co-chairs. It's incredible to see that group. So I think that's the biggest change that we've seen. Candidly, I was nervous having such a young group.
Yeah.
Everybody's very capable, but a lot of folks haven't had a chance to get that leadership experience. But honestly, they've done an absolutely tremendous job. I've been so impressed with the goal achievement and the way that everybody's pushed the program forward and continue to innovate. It's been truly outstanding.
Yeah, for sure. I know that it kind of makes me feel really old.
Makes you feel old. How do you think I feel? Jeez.
Well, as a senior, coming as a director, I'm like, what's up, guys? And then I'm like, how you guys doing? And then they're like, yeah, we're all sophomores. Yeah. I'm like, oh dear. But
I know the feeling.
Yeah, for sure. So kind of just to wrap this up. I mean, what are you guys doing over the summer? What was kind of going on over the summer for the Schey?
So a lot of different things. I would love to say that we're going to take it easy and take some time off. But
no, never.
No, we're launching a few different things. One of the biggest things you may have heard about is Dr. Nick Panagopoulos has set up a global consulting project. So we're going to be taking 15 students over to Athens, Greece. It's a Schey-specific global consulting project, GCP, where we're going to be working with a couple of different sales organizations, getting that international experience and exposure. So we're going to be over there for 2 weeks in June. Really looking forward to that. We're also, outside of the undergraduate space, we're launching an MBA concentration and as well as an executive education certificate program in sales, focusing on some of these professional selling activities for current business folk. Beyond that, we're pushing forward some other programming. We're looking at some alumni engagement opportunities. We're going to be traveling to a couple different cities around the country to do some executive trainings as well as doing some alumni events to get people engaged. Our plan is to beta test and launch a few of these this summer with the idea that over the course of the year that we continue to grow.
Yeah.
And I think one of the last things I'm incredibly excited about, not just for this summer, but we're going to be looking going into the next semester, is some different certificate options, right? Looking at some of the different majors and some of the different colleges on campus, such as engineering, and seeing how we can get more folks involved in the program and see how we can kind of accommodate their rigorous course schedule and structure.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I mean, so I'm going on GCP too, but I didn't know that the one in Athens was Schey specific.
Yeah, it's only Schey students attending. And so we only, reviewed Schey applications, and it was great because we had over, I think, 40 Schey students apply, and so we were able to get a set group of folks and really make it all sales focused. And we're going to be working at the American College in Greece, Alba, and we're going to be working with their students and their master's level students, all in the sales related topics.
Oh yeah, no, and doing it with master students is definitely going to help with development, professional development as
Yeah.
like with undergraduates. So that's really awesome. Really excited to see how that goes. I know you guys are also going to do a takeover for that specifically.
Yeah.
While you guys are while they're abroad. So be sure to keep an eye out in the early weeks of June for your for the Athens Greece takeover. But thank you so much for being here and talking and having a good time.
Perfect. Thank you
Thanks.
so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.